Danielle, this is feedback for the interim submission of the hotel project. The assessment criteria for this aspect of Design Project 3 were concept being clearly identified, explanatory annotation, fully resolved planning solution, the visual explanation of the design proposal, along with supporting materials, finishes and products. Focus initially on the presentation sheets, where you have a range of annotation which explains the background to the project, the idea behind it, and then an explanation for each of the areas that you've been designing: the restaurant, the reception lobby and the lounge bar. I don't know if this is deliberate, but what does come across that it is very black and white, almost kind of monochromatic, with the odd accent of gold. Is that your intention throughout all of the spaces? I suppose the fact we've got sketches that illustrate the interiors, but again, this is where possibly a wee bit of colour to indicate your thoughts on that would be useful. Your three different areas have obviously got three different concepts behind them. I know they're all basically 1964, but you're talking about the Candleriggs Market, you're talking about the Locarno, and you're talking about some other kind of famous landmarks in Glasgow. I think what you want to try and do is get some sort of continuity, and again, we might be able to see that in the sort of finished presentation. That's maybe something to work towards if you haven't got that at the moment. Looking at your ground floor plan, in fact looking at both your plans, there's no annotation whatsoever on these, and although you're familiar with what you've designed into them, any sort of viewers having to take a guess at what things are. So I know this is only an interim submission, but the idea was that you were trying to use these drawings as well as your presentation sheets to fully explain the design solution here. And again, the planning one was one that we were quite keen to have a well-resolved plan. I'm looking at your ground floor, where we're coming into the sort of reception area with the car. Is it a specific type of car? Looking at your sketch visuals, the idea of the Glasgow map, like that looks quite good. I'm not too sure about the street that you're talking about. The how did you describe it? I'm trying to find it on your text. You were creating some sort of building. People can go along to the Riverside Museum to see this. I'd like you to think of another sort of solution for that particular aspect of the lounge area that you've created in the reception area. It is a big space, so again, it's maybe thinking about how you can use some of the elements to sort of maybe even subdivide it or create comfortable areas for people to lounge or wait within. The first floor plan looks unresolved. At the moment it's looking like a furniture arrangement, where there are areas where I don't know, there's nothing happening at all within the space. You'll see I put an arrow and a couple of question marks here. It looks as if you've not quite finished working out what's happening in these sort of spaces. This is why I was keen for people to work sort of in sketch development first of all, even so I could get an eye on what people are sort of doing. Maybe it's something we can have a wee sort of chat about. The key things that are sort of highlighted for me is this big area on the lower edge of the building, which I think is the south facing side, where I'm assuming you've got the kitchen positioned centrally, and then again this big area with not an awful lot happening. The also thing I'd be highlighting is the fact you have toilets up against the exterior window walls. This is again your south view all across the city. Is that really where you want to put sort of toilets? Again, I'd be looking to sort of position some of these things more within the sort of central services area of the first floor plan. And again, because I'm not sure, I'm kind of taking educated guesses as to what's the reception area or what's the restaurant area and what's the bar area. Again, I think that's something that needs to be attended to as quickly as possible. If we can have a wee catch up next week, you can maybe talk me through a wee bit more of what you were thinking with your design proposal, and maybe you can maybe clarify some of the aspects that I'm unsure of here. Thank you.